In declaring this graduation ceremony open, may I please ask you all to be seated. His Majesty's Deputy Lieutenant Graham Smith, honoured guests, governors, staff of Loughborough College, parents, guardians, partners and friends, but above all, graduands, welcome to this celebration of fantastic student achievement in higher education. You're all very welcome to share in our return and celebrate the success of these fine people seated at the front. My name is Chris Cockerton, the Vice Principal and Dean of Higher Education at the College, and it's my immense pleasure to ask Corrie Harris, our Chief Executive Officer, to open the proceedings. Corrie.
Thank you, Chris. Right, good afternoon, everybody. It is my honour and pleasure to welcome you to today's graduation ceremony, and I am delighted to be joined by so many of you. Graduation ceremonies are a long-standing tradition that are conducted globally to signify the achievement of academic outcomes. These traditions are designed to be passed on, so allow me to briefly explain some of the symbols that you'll see today and what they mean. So starting with the tassels on your hat, looking at you now, you should have your tassels of your graduation cap sitting on the right. But once you cross the stage, you then need to move the tassels to the left, as this symbolises the transition from students to graduates. The colours on your hood represent the institution from which you are graduating today, and these will stay with you forever, like mine have with me. A graduation ceremony is always such a special occasion. It's the culmination of your hard work, perseverance, and satisfaction of goals that you've attained. You've all achieved many great things, not least your academic qualifications, and we are truly all incredibly proud of you. So I'd like to take this opportunity to formally congratulate all of our graduates in the usual way. So please do give yourselves a round of applause. So, Loughborough College has been shaping futures since 1909, when the college was first established. You're about to join our incredible alumni, which extends from the first females who made war munitions in 1915 to one of our alumni achieving third place on Dancing on Ice, nonetheless, and another winning I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. So no pressure, but there's a lot. The bar is set high here. Not to mention our countless business leaders and world-class sporting stars. So our Loughborough alumni have proven that there are no limitations to success, and now it really is your turn. So I hope you utilise every skill and seize every future opportunity. Please do not be strangers to us. You're part of the Loughborough family, and we would love for you to return and share your successes with our team and our current students. Finally, on behalf of everyone here at Loughborough College, I would like to say that you have been an absolute credit to us, and it's a privilege to have had such a talented cohort of students as part of the Loughborough family. So customarily, graduation marks the end of an era. However, I see them as the start of your next chapter. So as you take to the stage, walk across the platform, be proud, be fearless, and be excited for your journey ahead. So thank you and congratulations, class of 2025.
Thank you, Corrie. In helping to support our students gain their degrees, diplomas or certificates, we work closely with Loughborough University to ensure the vocational relevance of our awards, and it's always a pleasure to hear this viewpoint represented. I would like to ask Professor Rachel Thompson, Provost and Deputy Vice-Chancellor of Loughborough University, to address us now.
Thank you, Chris. Corrie, Chief Exec, Deputy Lord Lieutenant, Mayor, Governors, our graduating students and guests. I am really privileged to be representing Loughborough University today in my role, as Chris said, as Provost and Deputy Vice-Chancellor. I also take great pride in the great work of the college and was honoured to become a governor last year. So firstly, I would also like to congratulate all of you who are graduating today at this ceremony. Today marks the culmination of a great deal of sustained effort. I know that some of you have studied full-time, some part-time, maybe by distance learning, and possibly while holding down full-time or part-time jobs. I would really like to pay tribute to the hard work and dedication that each of you have demonstrated by being here today. Earning a degree is a truly outstanding achievement, and you should be very proud. Now, graduation is a day when your families and supporters can celebrate your success, and I'm sure that they will all wish to join me in recognising your achievements. As well as the hard work, I do hope you've also had some fun times along the way. To your supporters, I think it is only right that in turn we recognise the part that they have played on your journey. I'm sure they've been alongside you every step of the way. Graduands, perhaps you will join me in thanking your supporters in the usual way. Now, as Corey mentioned, Loughborough University and Loughborough College share a common heritage. The original Loughborough College, a technical college, was founded in 1909 and became 4 separate institutions in 1952. 3 of those now form part of the university, and the 4th is what we call Loughborough College today. These common roots mean that we share the same values of striving for excellence in everything that we do, and a genuine respect for our students, concern for their well-being, and support for their future careers. And we, as you know, Loughborough Students' Union serves learners from both institutions. We also share elements of the college crest. Actually, I spotted it behind me here on the stage. Some of you may know that it incorporates an open book on the bottom left, representing knowledge, and a hammer on the bottom right, representing practice. And if you take those two together, they refer to the original motto of Loughborough College, which was training on production. And I am really proud of our ethos and the exhaustive work that the staff at the college do to ensure that you are ready to go out into the world after graduating and secure high-quality graduate employment. Perhaps you would also join me in thanking the staff for all that they have done to support you. Now, the university and college work together in many areas, not least through the validation of many of the programmes that students are graduating from today, our sport programmes and our sustainable engineering graduates in the room today. Now, I've been personally involved in the validation over the years, and I'm so proud of those of you graduating today from the college with a degree validated by the university, and just as proud as I would be of our own students. Now, both institutions benefit from the collaboration, as does our local community. The relationship between our 2 institutions is enormously valued by the university, and we will continue to work together for the greater benefit of all. Indeed, the way in which the college and the university work together is a brilliant example of local, regional collaboration of further education and higher education working together in partnership for the community. So on behalf of the university, I would like to thank Corey, Heather, Chris, and all of the staff at the college for the work that they have put into strengthening the links between our institutions and the contribution that the college makes to the fantastic education landscape that we have here in Loughborough. Now, you probably know that our most well-developed links are in the area of sport, and Loughborough Sport, which is a partnership between the university and the college and the Students' Union, is a huge success. We are recognised internationally as a powerhouse within British sport, and it is the commitment and the immense contribution that the college and the university students make week in, week out, to competing in the British Universities and Colleges Sports Championship, BUCS as it's known. And you may well be aware that this year, 2025, Loughborough students secured an incredible 44th consecutive win. So in case anyone missed it, that's an incredible 44th consecutive win. And just let me finish by saying the competition has been going for 44 years. And I know that some of you have competed in the room, but it's not always just about competing. There's a whole ecosystem involving coaches, officials, event organisers, and many others that work to make sport happen. And I know that lots of college students have not only played in BUCS, but have participated through our Coach and Volunteer Academy in support of Loughborough sports programmes. A big thank you to all of you who've taken part. Now, graduation is a time to be proud of your achievements, but you also will be looking to your future. Your steps may include further study here at the college, at the university, or elsewhere. Some of you will be beginning careers in a variety of organisations, industries, businesses, and roles. As you progress, many of you will change jobs, and some of you will no doubt change career. I would encourage you to see graduation as an important milestone, but also just one of the first of many stages of learning that lie ahead throughout your life. The world is full of opportunity. My advice to you is to grasp these opportunities, whether they be big or small. And in doing so, I encourage you to remember that you have the power to make a difference. As the author Sally Cox says, great opportunities to help others seldom come, but small ones surround us every day. And when you do find these opportunities, in the words of Michelle Obama, don't be afraid, be focused, be determined, be hopeful, be empowered. Many congratulations to all of you on your graduation today. Enjoy yourselves and very best wishes for your future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Thompson. As Rachel's just mentioned, sport and physical activity have always been at the heart of life at Loughborough, playing a key part in the student experience. Whether in our world-class sporting facilities, on the fields, our courts, or through research and innovation, sport is ingrained in our culture. Over the summer, I'm sure many of you watched the Lionesses winning the European Championships, and we're currently cheering on the Red Roses at the Women's Rugby World Cup. We've all been inspired by the incredible athletes who overcome every obstacle to succeed on the international stage. These athletes represent the same resilience, dedication, and pursuit of excellence that we celebrate here today. Our engineering graduates have spent their time mastering complex technical skills, pushing the boundaries of innovation and solving real-world challenges. Whether it's in renewable energy, advanced technology, or sustainable infrastructure, they leave us ready to design the future, and their contributions will surely transform industries. We are honoured to be joined this afternoon by multi-sport Paralympic medalist and Loughborough College alumnus, George Peasgood. George made his Paralympic debut for Great Britain at Rio 2016, where he was the youngest athlete in the para-triathlon team, before representing Team GB again at the Tokyo 2020 Games, where he brought home a bronze and silver medal in men's time trial cycling and the para-triathlon respectively. But that's not all. George has also earned several medals at European and World Championships, including being the cycling world champion in 2021 and 2022. I could go on, George. George graduated from Loughborough College in 2021 and since then has embarked on an incredible journey of para-triathlete and athlete success and inspiration. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to ask George Peasgood, alumni, para-triathlete and Olympian, to address us now.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I apologise if I sound slurred. I've not been drinking. I now have dysarthria, but I'll go into that a bit later on. First of all, who is George Peasgood? Google might tell you about my sporting story, and I know what it says about my traumatic brain injury, but it might not tell you that between Chris and I, we think that I'm the longest standing student at college. I took 7 years to do my BSc degree. I think I overtook Liam Tancock, who took 6 years. But yeah, right, to begin with. So I grew up 5 miles from Stansted Airport near Cambridge in a little hamlet called Debden Green. My parents live on a road which is like 1 kilometre long and it has 7 houses on it. And when I was 2 years old, for some reason, God knows why, I had a fire with a ride-on lawnmower. So you can imagine, not quite pretty, but no guesses who won that battle. But needless to say, the lawnmower was replaced. I was not. As I grew up, my family was very sporty, so I did what I could, purely just to keep up with them. And my mum and dad did multiple marathons, and I would join them on a bike when they were training for one, just because. And it was when training for one, my dad got a stress fracture, so he joined the tri-club locally. At that time, I was still having operations, like in that middle photo. In that middle one was a 9-month-long leg extension operation where they grew my leg 47 millimeters longer. They broke my tib and fibula and then severed my Achilles in a few places. But yeah, it basically just grew my leg longer. But yeah, 3 years after that, But 3 years after, Dad started doing triathlon when he got a stress fracture for training for the marathon. And then I joined the local junior tri-club as that was formed in 2010. And my coach at the time had heard of paratriathlon and suggested I go for classification. But I was still only 16 and purely having fun with mates, training, but just on a jolly basically. But yeah, I participated more in sport through my A-levels, but yeah, focusing on sport, but also just trying to do what I can for my A-levels, as I'd only just turned 16. In 2014, I moved up from Cambridge to here, to Loughborough, after studying my A-levels and just studied part-time and trained full-time. I say that quite literally because I took 7 years to do my BSc. At first, I found it so hard to train and study at the same time. I split my first year, the easiest year, into 3 years. So I probably took the mic a little bit. But all in all, that got me to race at Rio, being the youngest British paratriathlete. And I wouldn't have gone to Rio if I didn't split my degree like that and could carry on training and studying better. But then after that, after Rio, I took a lot better approach and I could handle training and studying a lot better, so I then was a bit more used to things and didn't take the Michael as much, take the mic. And yeah, I just split it, so I did 1 year and 2 years, but still taking the piss a little bit. To cut quite a long story short, but I managed to qualify for Tokyo in 2 spots because I had an injury. I always liked cycling and the physiology of cycling a lot more. So when I had an injury and a stress fracture, I tried in 2021 to bit of cycling on the side. I then became world champion in the time trial and that qualified me for 1 sport. So I just tried carrying on triathlon, and but I got a slot in Tokyo for triathlon as well then. But yeah, in Tokyo it was 2 sports. I love the status. 2 sports, and got 2 medals in 2 days apart as well. But it was actually 3 races I did, but the time trial and road race were 5 days apart, so it doesn't sound quite as cool. But then, Rio was purely for fun and to gain experience. Tokyo was to refine my processes and try and get better, but then Paris was the one that I was going to compete at and do really well at. But that all changed in the blink of an eye back on the 1st of October 2022. So it's the last photo before my bike crash and the first photo after my bike crash. The time of the bike crash was 3:23 and 26 seconds, and I know that from the bike file on the computer. And yeah, I went into altered state of consciousness or coma like that straight away. One statistic which does really surprise me is at the time of that bike crash, I was doing 42 kilometers an hour, which might sound quick, but for a 10-mile time trial, so like 10 miles, so about 20 minutes of effort, I've also averaged 46.52 kilometers an hour, so it wasn't actually that quick. But yeah, I purely did the sprint because I was used to training doing over 1,000 watts on the bike quite easily, and the max power of the ride I had hit was 963 watts. So I just tried to do one last sprint just because, and like I was 120 meters away from my parents' house, so why not do one more? But guess how many watts I got in the crash? I've got a run for you, 961 watts. So it wasn't in the peak power of the whole ride. So it's actually quite annoying, and in my eyes, it's fairly pointless being in a coma if I didn't do a proper job. So yeah, I broke my cheekbone, two or three bones in my skull and in my face. I fragmented my scapula and badly broke my collarbone as well. Basically, I just landed on the left side of my face, and well, yeah, didn't really open my eyes probably for quite a few weeks. Yeah, that was me in the coma when I had the tracheostomy tube in, and then on the right-hand side is a photo when my parents were allowed their dogs to come into hospital to see me. And yes, at that point, I'm still technically in the coma. So like a coma isn't what you think and what you see on the movies. It's not like, probably like unconscious, like you are awake some of the time. But yeah, like the right-hand photo, I was in the coma technically, but I do remember that slightly. And my neurologist had a bit of a go at the head nurse because that's not meant to happen, apparently. And yeah, the statistic is 9 out of 10 people don't wake up from a coma after 6 weeks. I woke up from a coma technically after 7 weeks. And I was then stuck in a dream, which is like the altered state of consciousness, for another 8 weeks after that date. And so I had the crash on the 1st of October, which was a good date and a bad date because it was also the day before my 28th birthday or 27th birthday, one of the two. It was the day before my birthday, so I spent my birthday in a coma, which wasn't ideal. I then was in Cambridge Hospital until the 29th of November, and then I was transferred down to London for the last 4 months of my rehab. It's when I was...
We're searching for the light in the darkness.
It was down at Homerton where that video was taken that I had to learn to walk, talk, and live again. And in that time, I obviously set myself goals, being a sports person that I am, and one of my goals was to walk 5K around the ward, because at the time I was getting a blood thinning injection, because my blood was quite thick, so I was getting the injection, but the physio at the time told me if I walked one lap of the ward or 100 meters a day, I wouldn't have to get the injection daily. So I said, okay then, Joe, I'm going to walk 5K of the ward instead. And then I obviously did that, and I recorded it on my Garmin, and yeah. As soon as the physio told me there was 100 meters a lap, I said I was going to walk 5K, because I was Well, if I would run a race, I'm doing today's day. I'm walking 5k, 50 laps of the ward. Yes, I know I am quite special as well. But yeah, I do know, like one stat I do know as well, that less than 10% of patients walk out of the hospital ward when they get discharged. But obviously, I was setting myself the goal of walking out of the hospital ward. And then, so like, I'm just back to it at the moment. I'm training with all my mates, like Alex in the middle. And on that day, running is the most effective thing from the bike crash. But yeah, I'm back training with my mates like Alex, and that video was taken with running with him, and that was the day before. The day before he was the flag bearer for the Olympic closing ceremony after winning gold in Paris. But then with all that, I've just learned a lot about myself and had many epiphanies in life. I've suffered a traumatic brain injury. I was in a coma for 7 weeks, and then a post-traumatic amnesia for 8 weeks, where I felt like I was stuck in a dream. Waking up from a coma in hospital, I never really wanted to see any medals or any trophies or anything. I just wanted to see the people that I loved around me, and that's what I wanted to say. It's all about the time and what you do in life, and that's what I hope you're going to do now. So yeah, having fun isn't the important thing. Now, having things isn't fun. Getting the medal for me wasn't the important thing. It was having the medal isn't fun. Getting the medal is fun, and that's where the enjoyment is. It's not a case of journey versus destination being better. It's who you become on the journey, and you're all becoming someone different on the journey. Four rules I usually live life by that I want to say, and I hope you all live by. So the first one is pick your friends and partner carefully, because 90% of your happiness will come from the people you surround yourself with. 2, don't expect life to be fair, because it really isn't, and I think my story really shows that. Third thing is there's no such thing as conventional luck. You create your own luck. It's purely based on the people you're around with and the places you go and the opportunities you give yourself. And you all chose to study at the College of Knowledge, and the university degree gives a massive opportunity to create some potential luck. The fourth thing is try and surround yourself with people who have bigger aspirations for you than you do for yourself. Yeah, that's me. I'm George Peasky.
Thank you, George. You are truly inspirational, and the things that you've been going through, and the fact that you didn't want to do what I'm doing now. George was good enough to bring along the medals that he got from Tokyo 2020, bronze and silver. You should be rightly proud of these, George. We are. So can we have another round of applause? George is kind enough to say that if anybody does want to hold a Paralympic medal, then I think you're quite happy with that after the ceremony. So thank you again. So Loughborough College is proud to partner with Loughborough University, as we've heard earlier, and making Loughborough, the Loughborough offer a top choice for students both nationally and internationally. As we come to the presentation of our awards, I would like to ask our esteemed colleagues, Provost and Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Professor Rachel Thompson, Corey Harris, our Group Chief Executive Officer, and Nick Ashley, Head of Higher Education, to present our awards.
Okay, students, can you make your way down? Okay, graduating with a BSc Honours degree in Applied Sports Science, Alex Barber. Holly Bascom. Kate Davies. Kaylin Dobney. Callum Donoghue. Eva Durand. Ella May Ferrady. Ellis Greatrex. Michael McFarlane. Max Nicol. Ryan Porter. Mine Rana. Grace Roberts. Nathan Sampson. Yash Shaji. Ethan Thompson. Amelia Tutt. Lucy Weaver. Gemma Wilby. Alfie Williams. Orla Wright. Dominic Wright. Graduating with a Diploma of Higher Education in Applied Sports Science, Ethan Kirby. Graduating with a BSc Honours degree in Applied Sports Science with Management, Luke Abdi. Samuel Brereton. Ivan Cadet Borges. Samuel Hurley Cook. Cody Johnson. Marcus Knight. Chibende Lombe. Thomas Morehouse. Louis Pastima. Ellis Robson. Leonardo Martin Rodriguez de Souza. Graduating with first-class honours, Alexander Selby. Callum Stedman. Graduating with first-class honours, Lauren Watkins. Samuel Woodford. Graduating with a degree in a BSc Honours, Sports Coaching, with first-class honours, Macy Besherman. Alex Benjamin. William Bloom. Georgie Brock Taylor. Taylor Cattle. Aman Khan. Graduating first-class honours, Lauren Maitland. Gabriel Murphy. Bhumik Premji. Samuel Richardson. Graduating with first-class honours, Melissa Sahin. Ellen Scantlebury. Alexander Sibery. Matthew Ward. Ethan Warren. Adam Whedon. George Wilkes. Jeremy Wines. Graduating with a degree of BSc Honours in Sport and Exercise Therapy, Abby Breakwell. Macy Ball. Megan Cameron. Alexander Casey. Alexander Cahoon. Zachary Davies. Graduating with first class honours, Hannah Dixon. Aisha Edward. Sophie Elliott. Jeannie Halsey. Emily Jones. Britt Colink. Lily Leaf. Aaron Leeson. Katie Matheson. Patrick Palmer. Lily Peacock. Angelo Piscitelli. Charlotte Smith. Finley Smith. Keon Sylvester. Archie Wallace. Emily Wheatley. Jada Sophia White. Graduating with first class honours, Chloe Wiley. Graduating with a BEng honours in sustainable engineering, Josh Jardim Pequeno. Graduating with first class honours, Rhys Robinson. Graduating with first class honours, Eden Schiller. Graduating with first class honours, Christian Schmick. Graduating with first class honours, Dhruv Solanki. Graduating with first class honours, Bethan Sullivan. Graduating with first class honours, Reese Windridge. Many congratulations. Thank you very much.
I'd just add my own congratulations to all of you who have graduated today on your fine achievement. I'm sure you'll agree that these awards represent a fantastic amount of effort on the students' part. However, they could not have made it here alone, so I'd like to ask the graduates to put down their certificates for a moment, carefully. For those who are able, if I could ask you to stand, and if I could ask you to turn around. And now, if you could take your hats off in thanks to your parents, guardians, families, partners and friends for all of their support in getting you here. So everyone who has gained an award today has achieved their own personal goal and should feel rightly proud of what they've accomplished. But to further celebrate the outstanding achievements of our students, we now wish to award some special commendations. May I please ask His Majesty's Deputy Lieutenant Graham Smith to come forward and present the awards with Stephen Smith, our Chair of Governors. Our first award is for the Dissertation of the Year. This is awarded to the student achieving the highest grade in the independent research project. The dissertation is the culmination of undergraduate study, and this year the award goes to BSc Honours Applied Sports Science with Management student, Lauren Watkins. Congratulations, Lauren. Our second award is for overall academic achievement, awarded to the student who has achieved the highest overall degree grade. From our BEng Sustainable Engineering cohort, I'd like to congratulate Eden Schiller. And our final award is for Student of the Year. This award is to the student who has most clearly demonstrated one or more of the following qualities: contribution to the college and their wider community, support for their peers, making the most of the opportunities to develop themselves whilst at the college, or overcoming adversity. The winner of this year's Student of the Year from BSc Honours Sports Coaching is Alex Benjamin. Thank you. Thank you. That concludes our special awards. Thank you. At Loughborough College, we have a tradition of having a student address at our graduation ceremony. The part that makes me nervous, if I'm brutally honest. But this honour and the pleasure this year goes to Macy Betchamin, who is graduating with a first-class honours in sports coaching. So I'd like to invite Macy to the stage to address us now.
Good afternoon, everyone. First, can we just take a moment to congratulate ourselves? We have officially survived the long library sessions, the group presentations that tested our patience and occasionally our sanity, and of course, the joys of referencing. Honestly, I think we all deserve a second degree just for learning how to format a simple journal article. I also want to say how truly honoured I feel to have been asked to give this speech today. It's a privilege to stand here on behalf of such an incredible group of people. Life as a student has been, let's say, an adventure. Personally, these past 3 years have flown by quicker than I ever imagined. It feels like only yesterday we were nervously walking into our first lecture, and now we're here. When I first chose Loughborough, it was for the sport. I wanted to be part of an AU team, push myself as an athlete, and learn from the best. And I feel like I did that. Of course, with sport comes the occasional injury, but that just means that I got the bonus experience of trying new things and having time to focus on my assignments for once. The student experience has been unforgettable. Finishing all the content for the assignment only to find the deadline is a week later, the dread of Thursday 9 a.m.s, and the tactical challenge of working out what time to leave our accommodation to beat the Echoes and Student Union night queues. And of course, mastering the valuable life skill of supposedly using ChatGPT to help with our assignments. This is for purely academic purposes, of course. These are the little things that make Loughborough life what it is. Although I'm a little biased, I have to give a little special shout out to the coaching cohort. You guys made my experience feel like a true family. From lectures to seminars, we laughed together, debated together, and occasionally argued together. But it always feels like a home away from home, and I will truly miss all of you. On behalf of all students, I would like to thank everyone here on stage who has come to our graduation today to make it a truly memorable one and giving us many words of wisdom as we start the next chapters in our lives. To all the staff, thank you for your patience, your guidance, and of course, the endless lecture slides. And to our lecturers, thank you for not just teaching us, but for also giving us the lifelong skill of nodding wisely when we have no idea what's going on. I would personally like to thank my course leader, Dr. Zach Paris. Without you, I'm sure many people in the room would have definitely struggled, and you made our lectures and seminars very fun, interesting, and shorter than everybody else's. But in all seriousness, I wouldn't be standing here today if it wasn't for Zach and him wanting not just the best for me, but all his students going that extra mile. But I'm sure everyone here has a similar story to tell from their staffing team who supported them on their journey. I'd also like to thank Nick Ashley and Loughborough College for the incredible opportunities I've been given, which have shaped my journey in more ways than I can count. From unforgettable moments on campus to unforgettable trips abroad, like Barcelona, though, of course, what happens in Barcelona stays in Barcelona. These experiences have made my time here truly special. From the beginning, as a young Jersey girl exploring her university options, Nick provided a familiar face, welcomed me with such kindness and enthusiasm that I knew almost instantly, within the first 5 minutes of my tour, that Loughborough College was the right place for me. That first impression stayed with me for an entire year before I officially started, and it confirmed that this was where I truly belonged. I do want to take a moment for those who couldn't be here today, especially our international classmates who had to travel so far just to be part of this journey. I know what it's like to travel back and forth to uni. Even if you're not physically in the room, you're all every bit as much a part of this celebration as those of us here today, and we should all be proud of ourselves. To our families, parents, and partners, thank you for your endless support. You've cheered us on, listened to our meltdowns, and reassured us when we dramatically announced, "That's it, I'm dropping out," which happened at least twice a semester. And to my fellow graduates, we've laughed together, stressed together, and survived together. For me, university was about two things: learning and making memories of a lifetime. And I've done both. We're all leaving here today, not just with a degree, but with more confidence, resilience, and a real sense of pride in the journeys that brought us to this moment. So today isn't just about graduating, it's about celebrating every challenge, every memory, and every person who made this journey unforgettable. So as we step into the future, whether that's landing our dream job, continuing our studies, or temporarily moving back home, we've all grown, we've all overcome challenges, and we've all made memories that will last a lifetime. I want to wish every single one of you the greatest success, not just in your careers, but in becoming the very best versions of yourselves. Today we celebrate our achievements, our journeys, and the people who made it all possible. Congratulations to the class of 2025. We did it. Thank you.
Macy, that was great. Thank you very much. And Zach, we can have a chat later, that's fine. So, as we draw to a close, I'd like to ask Stephen Smith, our Chair of Governors, who will now give us the vote of thanks. Stephen.
Well, thank you, Chris, and thank you, everybody in this room. You just made my afternoon. Loads of smiles, loads of cheers, and a huge amount of pride. So, fantastic. Well done. It's been a terrific afternoon. Now, I'm sure this day is a day that you'll all remember. And as Chair of Governors here at the college, it is really wonderful to be here and a real privilege, I think, to help you celebrate all of your achievements. And it's a feeling that I know is echoed by our distinguished guests here today, including the Deputy Lord Lieutenant, our Principal and CEO, and all the great staff at our college, along with all of the great staff at our degree validating university partner. And I think in particular a special mention to the family and the friends who supported you all throughout your studies. I'm sure you couldn't have done it without them. So a huge thank you to all of you. You played, I think, a really important part in the success of all of our graduates here today. Now, no one should underestimate the hard work, dedication and commitment it takes to get that certificate that you now have in your hands. But you know, it's much more than a certificate. It's part of an incredible learning journey, as we've heard from Macy and from George about their learning experiences. And one of the things that I've learned over the years is that you never, ever stop learning in life. Your experience here has given you the ability to learn fast and effectively, which in turn will help you to achieve your life ambitions and have a successful and fulfilling future. So please do remember that as you embark on your chosen careers. And also remember, please, that we're always here to help at any time. You're now part of a growing band of alumni, and we'd like to maintain our collection with you once you're out in the big wide world. So please don't be shy. Tell us where you are and what you're doing. We really would like to know. Now, the success of our learners, be they graduates, apprentices, early stage or adult learners, is really what drives everyone in the college and in all of our validating partners. And together, we take great pride in the quality of our educational programmes and the achievements of all of our students. And with that in mind, we really are pleased to see you graduate today. So a big thank you to all of them for their hard work and effort in supporting you. And last but by no means least, thank you so much for choosing Loughborough College and for the contribution you've made in your time here. It really does mean a lot to us. So, to the class of 2025, many congratulations once again, and on behalf of the college and our partners, let me wish you all the very best of luck for the future. Give yourself a big round of applause, please.
Thank you, Stephen. And if I could add a few thank yous to the staff here at the Town Hall, to Molly, Damien, and all of the marketing team who've worked so hard to put this together, to the lecturing and support staff in supporting our students, and also to Kirsty and Chantel, who are hiding behind the thing here and are going to pop out. Yeah, I knew you would. Good. And they're the ones that make sure that you've got the right certificate in your hand, and that's a good thing. Thank you. Cool. So sadly, we have come to the end of our ceremony, and I'm sure you will agree that we've successfully celebrated the magnificent achievements of our graduates. We invite you to carry on this celebration outside the Town Hall following the conclusion of the ceremony. May we please ask our graduates to make their way to the front of the Town Hall, where we'll have our group photograph taken, and we ask that the guests remain seated until the graduates have left the auditorium, and then proceed to the foyer to collect their celebratory drink and cake. Easily pleased, group. Group photographs will be available to download for free in the coming days, so family and friends will not miss out on that photograph opportunity. And graduates, please don't worry, there will be some cake left for you after the photograph. So, if I could ask those who are able, if you could please stand. And in declaring this graduation ceremony closed, may I please ask you to remain in your places until the platform party has left the stage. Congratulations, class of 2025.